Picture this. You meticulously apply your SPF 15 sunscreen, feeling virtuous, shielded from the sun. Now, what if I told you that studies suggest maybe only 1 person in 25 actually uses enough to get the advertised protection? We tend to apply it so thinly we might be getting next to nothing. It's a tiny detail, right? But it speaks volumes about how navigating the path to better health is often trickier, more nuanced than we think. Let's start right there with our skin and the sun. We hear this constant push-pull: get sun for vitamin D, but avoid sun because of skin cancer. It feels like an impossible choice. But here's the good news. It's largely a false choice. You can absolutely unequivocally get all the vitamin D you need, entirely risk-free from supplements. Think about it. The very studies showing vitamin D might help prevent certain internal cancers. They used supplements, not sun exposure. So breathe easy. You can optimize your vitamin D levels and be rigorous about protecting your skin. No trade-off required. And that protection, it's non-negotiable. Sunscreen isn't just about avoiding a burn. Robust research confirms it visibly slows down skin aging, the wrinkles, the spots. It demonstrably prevents UV-related damage right down to the cellular level. It's a crucial tool against skin cancer, and remarkably, it can even help your skin reverse some precancerous growths by giving your natural repair mechanisms a fighting chance. But back to that application problem. It's why dermatologists often push for SPF 50+. Not because 15 isn't enough in theory, but because applying SPF 50 thinly probably gets you closer to the actual SPF 15 to 30 protection you need in the real world. Remember, UV rays slice right through clouds, and reapplication after swimming or sweating isn't optional, it's essential. Creams generally give you better, more visible coverage than sprays, which, by the way, carry flammability risks even after drying and unknown inhalation concerns. It's also critical to know that in 2019, the FDA declared only mineral sunscreens, titanium dioxide and zinc oxide, met its criteria for being generally recognized as safe and effective. Concerns about how much chemical ingredients get absorbed into our bloodstream prompted this, requiring more safety data. Diet plays a role here too. High-fat diets speed up skin cancer formation in animals and correlate with higher human cancer rates. One incredible trial showed people with a history of skin cancer who switched to a lower-fat diet experienced a 10-fold drop in new skin cancers. Let's journey deeper into our circulatory system. Varicose veins, those enlarged, sometimes painful leg veins, are common. Compression stockings. The evidence is surprisingly weak. Surgical procedures can close off veins, but neither tackles the root cause, failing valves inside the veins. And please forget dabbing apple cider vinegar on them. The benefit is questionable, and you risk skin irritation. So what does correlate with prevention? Look at rural African populations consuming traditional diets incredibly high in fiber, often over 100 grams a day, purely from plants. Their rates of varicose veins, hemorrhoids, diverticulosis, these so-called pressure diseases, are practically zero. The compelling theory: all that fiber means soft, bulky stools that pass easily, eliminating the chronic straining common in Western societies. That straining hikes up abdominal pressure, forcing blood backward into leg veins, eventually wrecking the valves. High fiber intake appears to be powerfully protective. We even see fewer tiny varicose veins under the tongues of elderly vegetarians, perhaps linked to higher vitamin C intake supporting blood vessel strength. Our nails also chronicle our health journey. Growth slows with age, and they can get brittle. Fungal infections become rampant, maybe hitting half of us by age 70, and they are notoriously hard to treat. Oral antifungals come with potential side effects and cure rates hovering around 64%, especially in older adults. Topical treatments demand months of dedication for often dismal success rates, around 9%. Prevention might loop back to circulation. Nail fungus can sometimes signal reduced blood flow, something plant-forward diets are known to improve. What about brittle nails? It seems less about dehydration and more about exposure to chemicals from frequent manicures and harsh products. And biotin supplements? The evidence is surprisingly thin, mostly stemming from studies on pony hooves and a couple of small, uncontrolled human trials. Plus, high-dose biotin can dangerously interfere with critical lab tests, including those for heart attacks, prompting FDA warnings. Gentle care and avoiding chemical insults seem the wiser path. Now let's talk about the mouth, a place profoundly connected to our entire well-being. Serious gum disease, periodontitis, affects a staggering 65% of older U.S. adults and is a major driver of tooth loss. It's often a vicious cycle with diet. Inflammatory foods like saturated fats might worsen gum disease, while losing teeth can force people toward softer, often less nutritious processed foods, making it harder to chew those healthy fruits and vegetables. The fallout extends far beyond the mouth. Tooth loss is linked to a higher risk of premature death and dementia, even after accounting for things like smoking. A key mechanism, chronic low-grade inflammation. Bacteria from infected gums can invade the bloodstream, fueling inflammation throughout the body, a known risk factor for heart attacks, erectile dysfunction, and cognitive decline. And here's something truly fascinating. The physical act of chewing itself seems vital for brain health. One study fitted completely toothless individuals with implant-supported dentures that transmit chewing pressure through the jawbone, much like natural teeth. The result? Dramatic cognitive improvements in most subjects, improvements not seen in those given conventional dentures that just rest on the gums. Preserving our natural teeth or using functional replacements isn't just about eating. It might be critical for keeping our minds sharp. What helps protect our gums? Cutting back on inflammatory foods, loading up on high-fiber plants. Chewing raw veggies stimulates cleansing saliva. Lycopene from tomatoes significantly reduced gum bleeding in trials. Nitrates from leafy greens boost circulation. Daily flossing helps remove debris, though evidence for significantly reducing actual gum inflammation is limited. Drill pulling, popular, yes, but scientific support is weak, and there's a risk of lung problems if oil is accidentally inhaled. Overall, plant-based diets consistently correlate with better dental health, fewer cavities, even lower oral cancer risk. One caveat, acidic foods like citrus can erode enamel. The simple fix: rinse with water after eating them and wait 30-60 minutes before brushing. Fluoride toothpaste is a proven tool against decay. Water fluoridation remains debated due to emerging concerns about potential neurodevelopmental effects, suggesting topical fluoride from toothpaste offers targeted benefits with less systemic exposure. And dental X-rays? They're the biggest source of artificial radiation for many. Use them wisely for diagnosis when needed, not as routine screening, given the potential link to brain tumor risk. Our precious vision is also vulnerable to age, but diet offers powerful defense. Age-related macular degeneration, or AMD, is the leading cause of blindness in developed nations, robbing us of the sharp central vision needed for reading faces and text. It's driven by oxidative stress in the highly active retinal tissue, compounded by years of focused sunlight. Zoidking quadruples the risk. Fortunately, nature provides built-in sunglasses, the yellow pigments, lutein and zeaxanthin. They concentrate intensely in the macula, absorbing damaging blue light. Here's the catch: our bodies can't make them. We must get them from our diet. The undisputed champions. Dark leafy greens like kale and spinach. 1 spoonful of cooked spinach packs the lutein of about 8 eggs. Eating greens with a little fat, think nuts or avocado, dramatically boosts absorption. Now the famous AREDS supplements. They contain antioxidants and these pigments. and can help slow progression if you already have intermediate AMD, but critically they are not recommended for prevention in healthy eyes. In fact, one large Harvard study linked taking a standard multivitamin to an increased risk of developing AMD. The takeaway for prevention is clear. Load up on those greens, especially if you have light-colored eyes. Diabetic retinopathy. Largely preventable with strict blood sugar control, often achievable through diet. Glaucoma, the top cause of irreversible blindness worldwide, involves optic nerve damage. Here again, greens offer hope. Dietary nitrates abundant in leafy vegetables convert to nitric oxide, which helps regulate fluid pressure within the eye. Studies link higher nitrate intake from greens to significantly lower glaucoma risk. Cataracts, the clouding of the lens, are also fueled by oxidative stress. Antioxidants from food, especially vitamin C, think 2 oranges a day worth, are linked to lower risk. But again, antioxidant supplements largely failed to prevent cataracts in major trials. The dietary pattern showing the most protection, plant-based. One landmark study found vegans had a remarkable 40% lower cataract risk compared to heavy meat eaters. This might partly relate to lifelong exposure to galactose, a sugar from milk known to cause cataracts in animals. We're constantly bombarded by the siren song of the anti-aging supplement industry, a colossal $40 billion market. Its growth exploded thanks to a 1994 U.S. law, DSHEA, which essentially means supplements do not need FDA approval for safety or effectiveness before hitting shelves. Most of us mistakenly assume they're tested like drugs. They are not. FDA inspections routinely find manufacturers failing even basic quality control. Labels are frequently wrong. One analysis found 4 out of 5 popular herbal supplements contained none of the advertised herb, just fillers. Contamination with undeclared drugs is a recurring nightmare. Despite this, we pop pills hoping for miracles. Yet large-scale analyses of multivitamins find no overall benefit in preventing early death. Some individual supplements, like high-dose vitamin A or beta-carotene for smokers, are even linked to increased mortality. There's also the self-licensing effect. Taking a supplement might subconsciously make us feel okay about less healthy choices. Even vitamin D, once hailed as a longevity promoter, hasn't held up in large recent trials like VITAL for extending overall lifespan, though it does have proven benefits for specific issues like asthma exacerbations and respiratory infections. The expert consensus: stop wasting money on most supplements and focus on getting nutrients from genuinely healthy dietary patterns. So which foods do have compelling evidence for helping us live longer, healthier lives? Nuts are absolute powerhouses. Eating them regularly is linked to about a 15% lower risk of dying prematurely for every small handful, about half an ounce, consumed daily. Gram for gram, that appears more potent than even vegetables or fruits. Nut consumption is tied to lower death rates from stroke, heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and more. Walnuts seem particularly special, uniquely improving artery function thanks to antioxidants and aloe omega-3s. A small palmful daily seems to be the sweet spot. Matching nuts in their life-extending potential are green leafy vegetables. These nutritional giants protect our eyes, boost our immune system via the gut lining, improve metabolic efficiency, help our bodies detoxify air pollutants, a major global killer, lower blood pressure, enhance circulation, and even improve muscle function. Eating greens almost daily is linked to roughly 20% fewer heart attacks and strokes. Don't forget berries. They rival greens for longevity benefits, largely due to their off-the-charts antioxidant content. Think blackberries, blueberries, raspberries. A tiny amount can neutralize harmful compounds formed during meat digestion. Their vibrant colors signal potent phytonutrients like anthocyanins, which benefit the brain, vision, reduce inflammation, promote gut health, improve blood sugar control, and enhance artery function. Eating the rainbow isn't just a catchy phrase. It ensures we get a diverse arsenal of these protective compounds. Why are these plant foods so incredibly powerful? One fascinating idea is xenohormesis. Plants under stress from pests, drought, harsh sun produce protective compounds. When we eat these stressed plants, those compounds might activate our own cellular stress resistance and longevity pathways, giving us resilience without the hardship. It's like borrowing the plant's wisdom. Another related concept is hormesis, the idea that mild biological stressors like certain compounds in green tea or broccoli trigger beneficial adaptations in our cells. It's the what doesn't kill you makes you stronger principle applied at a cellular level. These phytonutrients are increasingly viewed not just as optional extras, but as lifespan essential nutrients. And variety truly is the spice of life here. Consuming a wide range of colorful plants seems far more beneficial than eating huge amounts of just a few. Greater dietary diversity is linked to less DNA damage, lower inflammation, and better cognitive function. The science gets even more intricate when we look at micro.RNAs. These are tiny snippets of genetic material that act like master switches, regulating which genes get turned on or off. They influence virtually everything, including aging. And guess what profoundly shapes our mRNA patterns? Diet and lifestyle. Plant-based diets tend to foster beneficial mRNA profiles linked to lower disease risk and potentially longer life. Meat consumption, conversely, can upregulate detrimental ones linked to cancer. There's even mind-bending research suggesting that mRNA from the plants we eat might survive digestion, enter our bloodstream, and directly influence our genes, a concept called cross-kingdom regulation. Animal products, especially dairy milk, are also rich in mRNAs, like my R148A and my R21 that survive processing, get absorbed, and could potentially promote growth pathways linked to chronic diseases like cancer. It raises questions about regularly consuming potent growth signals from another species long after weaning. Finally, let's consider the teeming metropolis within us, our gut microbiome. Trillions of bacteria, mainly in our colon, act like a hidden organ, profoundly influencing our immunity, digestion, nutrient absorption, even our mood. And the single most powerful factor shaping this inner world? Our diet. Changes happen within days. Healthy aging seems linked to a microbiome rich in diverse bacteria that ferment fiber into beneficial compounds like butyrate. Unhealthy aging patterns often show an increase in bacteria involved in putrefaction, the breakdown of undigested protein generating potentially harmful substances. It's a century-old idea, championed by Nobel laureate Elie Machnikov, now validated by modern science. Our gut microbes play a central role in how well we age. So you see, the path to sustained health and vibrant aging isn't paved with a single magic pill or quick fix. It's woven from a rich tapestry of informed choices we make every single day. It's about understanding the nuances, protecting our skin intelligently, recognizing the profound mouth-body connection, actively nourishing our eyes with colorful plant foods, prioritizing demonstrably health-promoting whole foods like nuts, greens, and berries over questionable supplements, and appreciating the incredible, intricate dance between what we eat, our genes, and the microbial partners sharing our journey. Arizotus, I appreciate this. Aging itself is inevitable, yes, but the quality of our health span, the resilience and richness of our life's narrative, that's something we have remarkable power to shape, thread by thoughtful, deliberate thread.